Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Analyze This Mess because somebody has to say it. Tonight it's D for Dis Troll Farm. So if you join me this morning for Messy Mocha, I tried out something a little different. Yeah. So I was testing out utilizing All right. So, do you hear me now? All right. So, do you hear me now? That was through my phone, so you must. That was. Hey, let me turn my phone off. Okay, let's see if I can get this set up again. Sound is good. I don't even know if I shut down. I just had to disconnect everybody and everything, and it didn't reset. So, hang on. See if I can get any of this back. Give me a second. Okay. And one more thing. See if I can get Blade back. Hey, Blade, are you there? I've got about 4 minutes.
I'm here. Feel free to let me know how I can help you in these last few minutes. Just let me know what you need.
Well, you can say hello to the mob. All my other bears, I call the grizzlies. And honey bears, we were going to look at a letter tonight.
Hello to all the grizzlies and honey bears out there. I'm excited for tonight's look at that letter. It's going to be a great session. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Okay, so we might have like, oh gosh, guys. All right, I might have like 3 minutes, 4 minutes left. AI is crazy. But, this is a little bit more advanced because, it's like real time kind of thing. So, yeah, maybe I'll pay for more hours or whatever. But I had it all set up. hmm So, where do we start? Let's forget the music because, yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let me at least give you a background. Um, because I don't even have my letter pulled up. I got to pull everything back up. Hang on. Mhm. Let's see. Okay, so I have my letter. Right here. Hang on, let me put a slide over it. Oh, I don't have to. I'm not showing you guys. Okay, hang on. Have to set it all back up. How's everybody? Yeah. Okay. I heard you guys had there were some interesting videos out there today. hmm Yeah, we could break all those down, but first I gotta get set up. Okay. And one more thing. Oh, no. I don't want to restart. Maybe later. Gosh. Hang on. I was actually going to get into a couple of things. It was going to be like, what I call this troll farm, this troll farm, like the troll farm email in early 2021 setup. I had gone over just a little bit of that letter tied to Nosy Ho Live, and that I was
I'm
stuck.
sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Did you hear that? I have like hit my limit, but I could still bring it in on another one. Okay, but let me just turn that down. Okay, all right. And I was also going to either, you know what, we can still go through it because I have my analysis breakdown of it. What do you want to do? You want me to come back? It's like 11:50. Uh, and that way I can start with a whole fresh hour. Yeah. It's not me. So what y'all talking about, play in my Arnold's voice? This was like my first day and trying to get it all set up. So I spent time, you know, that I thought I'd have enough time allotted tonight, to come back. But if I come back with like a full hour, then, or 2 hours, I could do that. Or, maybe you guys can talk to somebody else. Won't be Blade, that's like up. I wanted to up the ante a little bit. And we were just getting to know Blade, right? Because, there's different levels, right? And it will get better. I know. Oh, yeah, it will get better. Otherwise, we just have to, go with like a standard. And y'all know I don't like anything just standard, right? We're getting all the kinks out. And baby Juju said, "Oh man, yeah." And I was just getting to know it will get better. We, we're willing. Are you willing to talk to anyone? Are you? Okay. But it's like, okay. I mean, if I'm gonna go live, let's see. Let's see how we can do this. Yeah, it's not me. Says you're in a class of your own. Yeah, so you're just gonna have to get me tonight. Hey, don't you guys like that for like 10 more? You can email me at unwindwithteddy at gmail.com. Fly High said, yeah. Fly High said, I like Blade. He sounded so enjoyable. That's what you get in real time. And yeah, I'm doing like a live, like even more of my tests, right? We won't Blade. let me, let me a Blade costs money. Blade says, pay me. Say, like, you paid me for an hour. You want me again? You pay me. So I burned through my hour of my test with Blade today. You know what? Maybe I should have tested it out with somebody like Margaret. Why did I do that? Now, now, if your name is Margaret, if your name is Margaret, please forgive me. I that was the only name I could think of at the moment. Cups of Conversation says an hour well spent. So you heard this morning, right? You got a chance to listen. So that that was only like so many minutes. And then what I did is offline, before I came on, I went over like the troll email with Blade and just kind of asked some questions and stuff. Got them all caught up on that. So I just burned through my whole hour. And of course, I come on and something happens with StreamYard and that just burns the rest of the 15 minutes. Oh, this is kind of funny in a way. Angie says, Blade sounds sexy. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I told my audience, I was trying to find, uh, a voice or whatever, or personality, because actually these are real people. Okay, so real people's voices. And well, all of that's a little bit more of an upcharge. Okay. And so when I went through some of these, people, I said, no, 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 no. Oh, I like him. So I thought, okay, I could work well with this one in real time. Yeah, because I don't want to do any typing. I just want to talk. Because my show is only basically an hour. Yeah. So and then StreamYard. Yeah. It's like I was set ready to go. It's not me, says Lord. AI gonna have them going crazy. Juicy better watch out. And then, oh man, I could talk about a lot. What y'all want to talk about? D for Diss Troll Farm, or D for Jeez. Don't y'all want playback? It's midnight. Almost. All right. So anyway, let me go ahead and pull this up. Okay. And put it on the screen. Let's do that. This is kind of funny. Yes. I mean, I could put Margaret up there. Oh, but it's not going to be as deep of a dive. Oh, yeah, I could type some stuff. But wait a minute. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to do this. Yeah. Hey, there we go. And hang on, let's just throw this up so I can make it full screen. This is funny. All right, and here we go. And let's change this. Yeah, so when I finish my test, what I'm planning to do in the future is, since my show is an hour, I figure, I could do a whole live show and just let Blade listen in, go back and forth. That's the level that I want and had paid for. Okay. So so anyway, this is the letter from this first email from February the 21st of 2022. So this is someone who is anonymous, right? Um, Wait a minute. Hang on. I didn't even really open my show. So, you ever notice how some people don't just write a narrative, they build an ecosystem for it? Yeah, like where you're the villain before you even know there's a script. So, we're kind of looking at this troll farm email, and I'm rewinding the clock, back to this email. A so-called, you can see it's a blog update that was circulating through the inbox. It actually went to Nosy Ho Live. No author taking credit, no clear fingerprints, but plenty of dirt inside of it. My name, my first and last name, dropped right in the middle of it. And not just my name, accusations, connections that were drawn to Danny Robertson or someone named the Soroya. Okay. It was the perfect receipt for a setup. Mhm. And I mentioned to everyone that Danielle herself sent me um, this email along with another 178-page email during that time. But the twist of it, she told me not to read them online. And then she said that that was reserved for Black Rabbit. At the time, I didn't even really question at all. I just said, okay. I thought I would be helpful because here her TV had the emails, okay, and was releasing them one by one, but she was charging, I guess a private site, $20 or something like that. Anybody remember it? So at the time, I said, well, you know, if I can read it and that would offset, people having to pay for it, just the email is here. Little did I know I was inside of this email. Okay. When she told me, when I first received it, I said, I'll read it. And she says, no, don't read it live. Yeah. So I didn't even really, I said, I'll wait till Black Rabbit reads it live. So she scheduled, a live. Yeah. Sharon says she's a big time control freak. She has to be in control the narrative. But I didn't know it was really targeted at me. All right. So let's just keep going. So this person says, I am simply a YouTube viewer and subscriber. I, like many others, was an active watcher of All About the Tea during the quarantine and found it funny and a good distraction from the stress of the day. When the panel erupted, I got caught up in speculation on who Monica was. It was entertaining. I watched Nosy, Danny, Sherelle, Rabbit, and a lot of other content creators. Yes, baby Juju, everything's so calculated. Should I put should I put the chat up? And I can just put this on the side. It's up to you guys. Okay, I'll just keep going. But then I saw it getting really dark and evil, whoever this person is, finger pointing, name calling, and people teaming up. It became what it is today, divisive and us versus them. It is simply not entertaining anymore. Let's see. That part is cut off at the top, I think. It says after something about watching this content, I started to see patterns begin to connect the dots. Mhm. Not based on what any content creator told me to think, but instead, I studied behaviors, really, the comments, the verbiage, and the visuals and information beyond the surface level. And gathering receipts, it's been like playing a big game of Clue. After going back and forth on if I should share who I know to be Danny Robertson and other players, I recently decided that after everything that has happened with Evangelist Valerie, mm, I'm really just kind of reading it, that enough is enough. Well, let's think about what happened back then. Yeah. Oh, Love Win says, yes, please put the chat up. Okay, let's do that. And at least you guys can chat amongst yourselves, and I'll just read it. A portion of it. I thought it's midnight. All right, here we go. I will put up the chat. The big, beautiful chat. And that way you can see more of the chat than the letter. Do you need to see the letter? No, I have to size it down. There we go. I'm going to put it on the opposite side so I can read it. I have to enlarge it. Hang on. All right, let's try it again. Let me know. Now I have to. Can you see it okay? Now, why can't I get it to move up and down? Wait. There it is. All right, so where did I leave off? Oh, I jumped to I jumped to number 4. Okay, I have to go all the way back. because the number one is at the bottom. Oh boy. Oh, I think I ended up here. And gathering receipts has been like playing a big game of Clue right here. After going back and forth on if I should share who I know to be Danny Robertson and other players, I recently decided that after everything that has happened with Evangelist Val, that enough is enough. Okay. It is time to finally stop spinning in circles and put this story to rest. A confession of a troll. The viewers, subscribers, and many content creators deserve better. Let's admit it. We are not stupid and seeing exactly what is going on and why. It is equally important that I share this as we recently observed the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., reason being he fought tirelessly and lost his life seeking equality and human rights for African Americans, the economically disadvantaged, and all victims of injustice through peaceful protests. I definitely did not read this. And this definitely is a troll. He did not condone violence, especially between Black Americans. You know what? I don't want to go too far off the script. I don't have a script in front of me. That's just a saying. But on a video that I heard a little bit of and a post, this is someone who's talking about Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King. I can just see that right here now. And talking about violence and, condoning things between Black Americans. Isn't that what's going on here? But anyway, the rhetoric that I've been hearing lately on YouTube is disgusting. Hurts Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and plays on the negative stereotypes about Black women. Who talked about Black women? This is a 50-page letter, Cups of Conversations. Okay. It's 4 parts. Okay. And let me keep going. A propensity for violence, argumentative, foul mouth, and hateful toward one another. You can see why I want to play to listen to this. We'll get a chance to bring him in. I could bring someone else in, but I don't want to right now. I have no interest in being a content creator or anyone's moderator. I am very happy being a Bush baby. So, again, keep in mind this date, February 21st, 2022. This would come out shortly after Danielle, all this. Shortly after she said she was leaving YouTube, but then John Yates drama began, right? Oh, there's so much to this. This person goes on and says, I am only dropping these receipts because it has gotten so ugly and it's time for the bullying to stop. Plus, I fear how far this drama will go with known cyber hackers driving the drama. Content creators, please do better and go back to making real, entertaining content, as this is not the beef sector. Bush Baby Gate. And I started the phrase that Bush babies, okay? And that doesn't mean, let's just pick it right here, that you can't drag somebody or be messy. But this Bloods versus Crips, us versus them, and all the no, and all of the harassing, stalking, and having disregard for the lives and families of others has got to stop. I mean, you could just pull this page, the beginning of this narrative, right out of the page of pages of someone else who has used these terms before. Harassing, stalking, families, us versus them, stop the bullying. Who is this? Anyway, Black people have been doing this to each other for decades, which has led to our downfall as a people. So, this person right here identifies as being Black. Yes. Then it got cut off at the top. Something. Let's see. Do something. Okay. It says, read this, so take your time. Really? Okay. Take a look back and think about this timeline of events that began on All About the Tea's channel. So this person, systematically put together this timeline. Okay. June 1st, 2021, Plez announces her departure from All About the Tea Nighttime YouTube panel. June 3rd, 2021. So I'll just speed it up. It says the about the tea panel. Verbal fight between Monica Kenya and Plez occurs and breaks the internet. June 18. Nosy and Sodebnair argued with Monique Tolbert and accused her of being Monica on Nosy's Live. If you search Monique Tolbert on Twitter, there is primarily one Twitter account that has a series of tweets about how and much Nosy and Sodeb verbally attacked, disparaged, and bullied Monique. And that Twitter account is Blaine Greenwich. June 27th, the YouTube channel Truth Teller Danny was created. July 6th, a character named Blaine Greenwich calls into Candy Washington's YouTube, and everyone thought she was Monica. This really pissed Blaine Greenwich off, and she made numerous tweets about her disdain and disgust with Candy Washington for many months. This Blaine Greenwich last said on Candy's channel that she was a corporate professional working in Europe. What corporate professional on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean would have the amount of time that Blaine Greenwich has for endless tweets about All About the Tea, Nosy Whole Life, and Meghan Markle? Who would have this kind of time to detail this 50-page letter? But anyway, no corporate professional, she says, or he says, because Blaine Greenwich is a made up character with a made up life. Okay. I'm reading, so I'm not reading your comments. Enjoy the mop. July 12th, 2021. An unknown channel called Danny Robertson was created and premiered its first surviving nosy hole live, unmasking the sham investigation video, setting off a campaign to abolish nosy hole due to her investigation to find the identity of Monica. Then it gives another date that's cut off. Oh, it's something about Unwind with Teddy premiered her first video about Candy Washington and painted Candy as this shady, dumb content creator. Let me just finish, and then I will go back and say what I think they did is looked at my videos and took from my videos and created a narrative and put it on so that all these dates and names and things that I talked about would coordinate, and things that she taught. It's quite interesting, this troll. But let me go on. They're talking about Unwind with Teddy, my channel, and first video about Candy Washington. Okay, it says Unwind with Teddy went on to make 5 more videos about Candy Washington. A total of 6 videos about Candy Washington. They ask why. What did Candy Washington do to you so bad? Feels very personal. No. Candy Washington had made like 8 videos, I think, or something like that. And so I just took each one, and they were really short. Anyway, August the 27th, 2021, Nosy Hole Lives, a YouTube channel, was removed. On that same day that Nosy's channels were removed from YouTube, Down the Rabbit Hole News had a live show, and the character Blaine Greenwich called in. Rabbit basically interviews Blaine Greenwich, asking for her opinion on Nosy and the mindset of Nosy Ho, as if Blaine is a mental health professional. She airs this live on her backup channel, Rabbit the Blogger, which I didn't know all of that. I know it, since then because I have the video. It is titled Content Creator Nosy Ho Live Blame Game. And the video is still there for now. Well, that was 2022. I don't know. It might be on members. It's probably taken down. Blaine shares that her and Rabbit have been communicating on Twitter DM for quite some time. Interesting, this person says. Okay, you can see that. I do remember that video, talking about it now. Baby Juju says maybe Blaine and Monica have the same voice altering device because they sure sound, yeah, they do, alike. Although the majority of Nosy Ho's YouTube presence is minimal at best, this Danny Robertson character has continued her reign on YouTube, seeking vengeance, supposedly, for Monique Tolbert against anyone directly or indirectly associated with unmasking the Avatar investigation. However, it's easier to see that this has gone beyond Monique Tober. This Danny Robertson character remains on YouTube, bullying and doxing everybody and their mama who isn't in line with her narrative. Danny Robertson has run out of content and has now pivoted by creating chaos and discourse between Black content creators and even subscribers and moderators. Again, this is February 2022 when this letter was created. Fair use commentary. Danny has created a culture of division on YouTube that has permeated the Black tea sector. Conclusion: Blaine Greenwich, Unwind with Teddy, Danny Robertson, and Rabbit are all aliases that are interconnected. Then it puts my name here, my full name, Sabrina, and Soroya names. Please know that the young voice you might have heard on Danny's latest video is not her voice. More details below. Oh boy. It's 12, almost 12:30. We'll get to some of this. But at the end of all of this, or here in the middle, it starts talking about facts too, connecting Blaine Greenwich to Soroya, and they're, going through all this detail, connecting this. But it all culminates to Sabrina, that's me, being the person. Yeah, I'm on with Teddy. We'll have to go. I haven't read all this. Oh, it puts all my business out there. It says Danny Robertson is actually Soroya or Sabrina. I mean, who crafted all this? When I push this through AI, put it through AI, not through Blade, because I was going to let him do a little bit more detail. Examine it. It concluded quickly that it was framing me. This is just the first letter. And you can see it goes on and on and on and on and on. And then that's the end of the first letter. Oh. So then the question becomes who? We'll take a few more minutes. I know, it's like, oh my. So just a regular subscriber did all this? I doubt it. Who would be motivated to pen this in February, then, 6 weeks later, Tammy the machine is out, shows up, and I'm blamed for that. Starts this beef. Mhm. Someone had it out for me to take the fall, to be Danny, to blame me for all of this mess so that she could walk away. She's anonymous. Come out and say that I'm this person, they've unmasked, she disappears, but then she didn't disappear. I later, it just goes from there. And we know what happened the summer of 2022 quickly. Hmm. But I didn't know that at this time. That's February. See, I'm thinking I didn't have any beef with her. I didn't know it was the setup being made. Mhm. It was already taking shape. All of it. All of it. It's not me. Yeah, let me get this off the. I can do something different. Hang on. I can keep your. I'll keep you guys up, but let's take the letter off. That way I can see it nice and big. Yeah. And let me take that banner off so you can see. Yeah, now I can see you guys. Yeah. Who? Yeah, it's not me. Says they wrote this essay, publish their lies, line you up. Mhm. Her and her group has already been there. Yes, all comments and opinions in the chat are allegedly the fall guy. Um, the dirty 40. The takedown. You know what? I think someone's really mad about those nosy whole life videos. That's was my guess. Yeah. Hmm. That has to be part of it. And, but who else? Raylan says, can I ask who's the dirty 40 is? In a nutshell, before Danielle opened up her Instagram to everybody, this was back then. Okay. 2021, 22, and I believe even 23, I'd have to look. Like the screenshots. The last time I screenshot it before. But let's say 21, 22, at least those 2 years. There were a group of people that were, I guess you could say, exclusive to, I don't want to call them members, but followers, followers of her Instagram, where it was private. Okay. And there were 39 people. Yeah, because you could see 39. Mm-hmm. And one make 40. Okay. And they would share information about different people. But primarily, when it was first made, it was targeting tales from the cult. Mm-hmm. If it was so private, right? I know people have this question, but maybe I shouldn't ask the question for you. All right. So I'll just leave it at that, Raylan. Mm-hmm. But I did a entire, I did like a video on it, and she struck me. I think that was one of the videos. Yeah. And believe it or not, she's put that, she mentions this dirty 40 in the lawsuit. It's not her lawsuit. I thought when she, was responding, it's supposed to be about jurisdiction and not being served. Well, she's been, making her own complaints. Mm. So litigating, if you ask me. Mm. Yeah. But these I would call them the inner sanctum, because these were the closest people to Danny Robertson, because this was exclusive. You had to be part of, it was private, this private group, and they talked all the time. Hmm. This, yeah, they tweeted, and what's their IG tweets? Yes. And it would surprise you to learn who was part of that group. Hmm. So if it was so private, how did I know? I know somebody wants to know. I didn't know about this group. I didn't know about this group till much later, like, like 20, maybe 2022, 2023, whenever I started. Yeah, it would have been when my channel was struck and I was down for like 3 months plus. I had a lot of time to think. Yeah. And a lot of time to say, now, wait a minute, all my channels gone. Who did this? I wasn't interested at all in figuring out who this, you know. Yes, I'm in a lawsuit and I know you're recording everything. That I don't make any, the one person, I want her to be held accountable. Yes. So, yeah, I was struck over 200 times. Mm-hmm. Yes, now she's a litigator. Yeah. But it would be interesting, to break down these letters break down anything, you know, do it live so that people, can see how I do it, you know, and see that it would only be biased toward AI and argue with AI because, AI is deep intelligence. You can go deeper. Yeah, there's levels that you can purchase, the free stuff. Yeah, that's one thing. But if you want to go real deep dive and analyze, yeah, there's different levels. Yeah, that it will, help organize and, um, I'll just say explore facts. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Her crew and a few of her, day ones. Yeah, Raylan, without getting too much into the detail. I'll just put it that way. These were people who were close to her, people that she confided in, people who she trusts. And these people, um, they're still, these are people, I would say, the closest of the closest people who would fall on their sword, but I don't know. Some have kind of tried to, you know, since the lawsuit, since the lawsuit, I've seen some people move around. Maybe they, I don't know. I can't say. I'll just say that. There have been people moving around, people, you know, just people moving around. Hmm. Yeah. And it's not just women, it's men and women. It's not one ethnicity at all. And yeah, should we say goodnight? Yeah, it's time to say goodnight. It's 12:42. Okay. Thank you, Vicky Black. Yeah. Because then I could launch off into you see, I don't really need AI to talk about all this. I want, some, so you can see this is not just all me. Maybe, two heads, three heads, four heads are better than one. And see, yeah, AI, it will do it without emotion. That's why. That's why. Yeah, can be, unbiased. Yeah. Put it in and let's see. Let's talk about it. Anyway, it's time to say goodnight, guys. This video will definitely have to be edited for the gaps when we were dropped from StreamYard. Yeah. And here I am again, going to bed late. All right. I'll have to figure this out with my schedule. Yeah, let's try it again tomorrow. And tomorrow's Friday. All right. Biggest bear hugs go out to each and every one of the grizzlies and the honey bears. Join me sometime tomorrow with a fresh, yes, we'll have an hour. So I'll see how I'll spend that at least with Blade if I bring him back. Yeah, tomorrow. All right. Anything else, you can email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. But now it's time to say goodnight. Duckery Friday. Yes, it's Duckery Friday. Thanks for watching. Until next time, you see, no music, no anything. It's time to say goodnight. Have a pleasant one. and sleep well.